I love the Costco membership and I love the executive, but you need to know how to use it. If you're not using it correctly, if you're not shopping enough to make your money back, if you're not using the services, it's just not going to be worth it for you.
Costco is not a store. It's a controlled experiment disguised as a warehouse. You think you're shopping smart? Bulk deals, cheap hot dogs, giant carts. But what if almost everything inside that building is engineered to make you stay longer, spend more, and feel like you're winning? In this video, we're breaking down 30 strange facts hiding in plain sight. Pricing codes, psychological tricks, employee secrets, billion-dollar loss leaders. By the end, you won't walk into Costco the same way again. 30. The asterisk on price tags means Death Star. That tiny asterisk in the corner of a Costco price tag looks harmless. Most shoppers never notice it. Big mistake. That small star is what employees quietly call the Death Star. It means the item is marked for deletion. Once the current stock sells out, it is gone. No restock, no reorder, no second chance. Sometimes it is just seasonal. Holiday snacks, summer patio sets, limited flavors. Other times, it is permanent. Your favorite sauce, that perfect frozen meal, the snack you told yourself you would buy next week, disappeared. Costco never announces it. No loud clearance banners, no final call warning, just a quiet symbol hiding in plain sight. That silence creates urgency. If you know what it means, you grab it now. If you hesitate, someone else will. And when you come back looking for it, the shelf will already be empty. That tiny star and those 2 digits might look harmless. But once you realize Costco hides entire clearance systems in plain sight, you start wondering, what else are they quietly coding? 29. Prices ending in 0.97. Signal clearance. When you see a price ending in 0.97 at Costco, you are looking at quiet clearance. That final number is not random. It signals a markdown pushed at the warehouse level. Not flashy, not announced, just quietly reduced and left sitting on the shelf. These are often the deepest discounts in the entire building. The strange part? There are no signs screaming clearance. No red banners, no giant percentage stickers. If you are not paying attention, you will walk right past real savings. And most people do. The product itself is usually fine. Many times the only change is new packaging, updated design, or incoming inventory replacement. Same item, lower price. The store just needs space. That is it. Smart shoppers scan shelves specifically for 0.97 endings. It feels like treasure hunting inside a warehouse. Miss it, and someone else walks away with your deal. 28. Prices ending in 0.00 often indicate manager specials. When you spot a price ending in 0.00 at Costco, that usually means a manager stepped in.
Most people do not know the meaning of these secret Costco price tags. Prices ending in 0.88 or 00 are a manager markdown, which means it's a store-specific promotion and a very good deal.
This is not a corporate-wide markdown. It is local. A store-level decision to move product fast. Maybe inventory is too high. Maybe shelf space is needed for something new. Either way, that 0.00 tag signals urgency. Quantities are often limited. Once those few pallets are gone, the deal disappears with them. Sometimes it marks the final push before an item is completely removed. Other times, it ties back to a quiet agreement with a manufacturer who offered a short-term incentive. The store passes that discount through without fanfare. No loud announcement, no blinking signs. Just a number most shoppers overlook. The strange part is how temporary these deals can be. Walk away to think about it, and by the time you return, the price and the product may both be gone. 27. Costco employees are paid unusually well. Costco does something most retailers refuse to do. It pays its employees well. The average hourly wage sits far above the typical retail norm. This is not minimum wage survival money. It is steady income, real pay. Store managers can earn well into 6 figures, especially with bonuses tied to performance. That kind of compensation is rare in warehouse retail. Health insurance is widely offered, even to many part-time workers. That stability changes everything. When people feel secure, they stay. When they stay They learn the store inside out. That knowledge shows up when you ask a question and get a confident answer instead of a shrug. Higher pay also reduces shrink, which is retail's word for loss from theft or error. Employees who feel valued are less likely to cut corners. The result is simple: better service, better operations, less chaos, and a workforce that actually wants to be there. 26. Employee turnover is extremely low. In most retail stores, employees come and go like seasonal decorations. The industry average turnover rate can climb past 60%. Costco sits around 6%. That gap is massive. It means the faces you see this year will likely be there next year, and maybe 10 years after that. Many employees build entire careers inside the warehouse. Decades, not months. That stability creates something rare in retail: deep knowledge. Workers memorize layouts, inventory cycles, pricing patterns. When you ask where the olive oil moved, they do not guess, they know. That consistency improves the customer experience in subtle ways. Fewer mistakes, faster checkout, smoother operations. Loyalty also cuts training costs. Constant hiring and onboarding drains money. Costco avoids that cycle. Instead of replacing people, they invest in them. The result is a workforce that understands the system and keeps it running quietly in the background. 25. Costco loses millions annually on rotisserie chickens. That $4.99 rotisserie chicken is not a generous accident. It is a calculated loss. Costco sells each bird for less than it costs to produce. Year after year, the company absorbs tens of millions in losses just to keep that price frozen. While competitors quietly shrink their birds or raise prices, Costco keeps them large and steady. Most of those chickens weigh more than what you find at typical grocery stores. You are getting more food for less money, and that feels like a win. But here is the strategy. The chickens are always placed at the back of the warehouse. To grab one, you must walk past electronics, clothing, snacks, and seasonal items. By the time you reach the poultry section, your cart is rarely empty. The chicken draws you in. The rest of the store does the work. 24. Costco built a $450 million poultry plant. Costco did not just complain about rising chicken prices, it built its own solution. The company invested roughly $450 million into a facility known as Lincoln Premium Poultry.
Is bigger better? That's the question tonight for Fremont leaders. Good evening, I'm Jake Wazakowski. Craig is off tonight. Well, residents are speaking out about plans for a Costco chicken processing plant, as we uncovered last week.
This was not a small partnership. It was vertical integration at full scale. By controlling the supply chain from hatch to store shelf, Costco reduced its dependence on outside suppliers. That move gave the company leverage. When poultry prices spiked across the country, Costco had more control over costs. Members still saw $4.99 chickens, while other retailers adjusted upward. The facility processes millions of birds every single week. That scale keeps operations efficient and pricing steady. It also allows Costco to oversee quality standards directly, rather than relying on third parties. Building a poultry plant sounds extreme for a warehouse store. But for Costco, it was about protecting one product that drives millions of shoppers through the door. 23. Receipt checks are mostly about cashier errors. That quick stop at the exit is not mainly about catching thieves. It is about catching mistakes. Costco sells items in bulk, and bulk creates scanning errors. A cashier might scan one case of water when you actually have two, or accidentally double scan a high-ticket item. Those small errors add up fast. The receipt check is designed to catch both undercharges and overcharges before you leave the building. Employees are trained to scan carts quickly, often in under 10 seconds. They count visible large items, match them to the receipt, and move you along. It feels simple, but it is structured. Loss prevention is still part of it, but it is not the only reason. The system protects the company and the customer at the same time. It keeps inventory accurate and prevents billing mistakes from becoming bigger problems later. 22. Costco flags. Unusual cart behavior. Costco is not just watching what you buy. It is also aware of how you move. Every visit begins with a membership card scan at the entrance. That simple action ties your presence in the warehouse to your account. From there, unusual cart behavior can raise quiet internal flags. Sudden pattern changes, repeated high-value handling without purchase, or odd movement around restricted areas can be noticed. It is not dramatic. No alarms, no public scenes. But data builds over time. Membership accounts store purchase history and activity trends. If anomalies repeat, the system can flag them for review. The goal is not to monitor casual browsing. It is to reduce loss and protect inventory. Costco operates on thin margins, so even small irregular patterns matter. Most members never notice this layer of oversight. They see a warehouse. Behind it sits a network quietly connecting behavior to data. 21. The $1.50 hot dog has never increased in price. The $1.50 hot dog combo is not just cheap food. It is a statement. Since 1985, the price has stayed exactly the same. No slow increase, no hidden adjustment. $1.50 still gets you a full-size hot dog and a soda. In a world where prices climb quietly every year, that stability feels almost unreal. The combo has become a symbol of Costco's brand promise. It signals value. It tells members the company will protect certain deals no matter what. Leadership has defended that price aggressively over the years, even when costs rose. Instead of passing increases to customers, Costco absorbed them or adjusted operations behind the scenes. The hot dog became more than a menu item. It became proof that some things inside the warehouse are meant to stay predictable, even when everything outside keeps changing. 20. Costco only carries about 4,000 SKUs. Walk into a typical grocery store and you are staring at over 30,000 different products. Walk into Costco and that number drops to around 4,000. The difference is not random, it is deliberate. Costco practices extreme product filtering. If an item does not meet strict standards for price, quality, and volume potential, it does not make the cut. That tight selection reduces decision fatigue for shoppers. Instead of comparing 12 brands of ketchup, you might see 2. You choose faster. You move on. Fewer options actually increase buying speed. Behind the scenes, this limited shelf space forces suppliers to compete aggressively. If a brand wants in, it must offer better pricing or better value. There is no room for average. Each product earns its spot. That focus keeps operations simple and inventory manageable, while also strengthening Costco's negotiating power with manufacturers. 19. Costco caps markups, around 14 to 15%. Most retailers quietly mark products up anywhere from 25 to 50%. Costco does not play that game. The company caps its markup around 14 to 15%. That ceiling is not a suggestion. It is policy. Buyers are expected to enforce it. If a supplier cannot meet pricing targets within that margin structure, the product does not get shelf space. It is that simple. This rule forces manufacturers to lower costs, streamline packaging, or rethink distribution just to qualify. Costco is not interested in high-margin one-off sales. It wants volume, massive volume. The model works because millions of members shop regularly, generating steady turnover. Lower markup multiplied by huge sales still produces strong revenue. The cap also reinforces customer trust. Members feel confident they are not being squeezed with hidden margins. That perception strengthens loyalty and keeps carts full without raising prices dramatically. 18. Nearly half of members are executive members. Walk through any Costco And almost half the people inside are not basic members. Around 45% choose the executive tier. That upgrade costs more each year, but it promises a 2% reward on qualifying purchases. On paper, it sounds simple. Spend more, earn more back. In reality, executive members drive the majority of Costco's revenue. A large portion of total sales flows through that smaller group. The psychology behind it is powerful. Once someone pays for the upgrade, they feel pressure to justify it. That is sunk cost bias at work. If you already spent extra on membership, you are more likely to shop there often to make it worth it. The 2% reward becomes motivation. The more you buy, the more you feel like you are winning. Costco turns loyalty into a cycle, and many members happily participate without questioning it. 17. Costco refunds, executive upgrade differences. The executive membership sounds like a gamble at first. You pay more upfront and hope your 2% reward covers the difference. But here is the twist. If your annual reward does not exceed the upgrade cost, Costco refunds the difference. No complicated hoops, no hidden fine print traps. That risk reversal removes hesitation. Members feel safe upgrading because there is a built-in safety net. Psychologically, it lowers resistance. You are not risking extra money. You are testing potential savings with protection in place. Very few retailers offer that kind of guarantee on membership tiers. Most companies lock you in and move on. Costco does the opposite. The refund policy strengthens its reputation for fairness. Even members who barely miss the break-even point feel treated well. That goodwill often turns into long-term loyalty, which benefits the company far more than a small upgrade fee ever could. 16. The return policy is extremely generous. Costco's return policy feels almost unreal in today's retail world. For most products, there is no strict time limit. Weeks, months, sometimes longer. If you are not satisfied, you can bring it back. You do not even need the physical receipt. Every purchase is tied to your membership account and stored digitally. The system can pull up your history in seconds. That level of flexibility builds confidence when buying big-ticket items. There is one clear exception. Electronics are capped at 90 days. After that window, standard manufacturer warranties apply. The policy is generous, but it is not blind. Patterns of abuse are tracked. If someone repeatedly returns high-value items after heavy use, the membership can be canceled. Costco balances trust with oversight. Most members use the policy responsibly. The few who push limits eventually lose access, protecting the system for everyone else. By now, you might think Costco is just unusually generous. But what if some of its biggest benefits aren't even reserved for members? 15. You don't need membership for pharmacy access. Most people assume you need a Costco membership to buy anything inside the warehouse. That is not always true. In many states, pharmacy services cannot legally be restricted to members only. That means you can walk in, head straight to the pharmacy, and fill a prescription without flashing a membership card. No awkward explanation required. The markups on many medications are often lower than major pharmacy chains because Costco caps margins more tightly. For people without strong insurance coverage, that difference can be significant. Yet this access is rarely advertised loudly. Costco does not put up big signs telling non-members to come in for prescriptions. The option simply exists within legal boundaries. It feels like a quiet loophole hidden inside a membership model. Those who know about it can benefit. 14. In 14 states, alcohol sales don't require membership. In certain states, local law overrides Costco's membership model when it comes to alcohol. That means you can walk in and buy beer, wine, or spirits without showing a membership card. No annual fee required. The rule exists because some states prohibit retailers from restricting alcohol sales to members only. Costco follows those laws. In some locations, there are even separate entrances that lead directly to the liquor section. You step in, grab what you need, and check out without ever scanning a card. Prices are often lower than nearby liquor stores because Costco applies its same tight markup strategy. The surprising part is how many shoppers do not realize this option exists. They assume the warehouse is fully locked behind membership. 13. Costco is one of the largest wine retailers in America. Costco is not just a place to grab bulk snacks. It is one of the largest wine retailers in the country by volume.
And Costco's biggest wine selection in the U.S., according to the retailer.
Everybody seems to be walking out with a lot of whiskey. And if they don't have whiskey, they have a lot of wine.
The scale is massive. Pallets move quickly, and certain bottles disappear within days. Costco builds exclusive partnerships with wineries, often securing special labels or limited production runs made specifically for its shelves. That creates scarcity. If you find a bottle you like, it may not be there next month. The rotation keeps shoppers alert and willing to try new options. Kirkland signature wines have even performed strongly in blind taste tests, sometimes competing with bottles that cost much more. Lower marketing expenses and tight markups allow Costco to price competitively without sacrificing quality. 12. A co-founder allegedly threatened leadership over the hot dog price. Inside Costco, the $1.50 hot dog is not just a menu item, it is history. There is a well-known story that when talk of raising the price surfaced, a co-founder reacted strongly and shut the idea down immediately. Whether exaggerated or not, the message was clear. The price was not to be touched. That firm internal stance turned a simple food combo into a cultural symbol of customer trust. Members believe certain promises inside Costco will not quietly change overnight. The hot dog became proof of that philosophy. It also reinforces long-term thinking. Instead of chasing short-term profit on one item, leadership protected the larger brand image. Over time, the story evolved into corporate legend. Employees repeat it, members reference it. 11. Costco loses money on hot dogs. That $1.50 hot dog is not designed to make profit. It is a classic loss leader. Costco knowingly sells it below cost, absorbing the hit year after year. Over 100 million hot dog combos are sold annually across locations. That is not a small promotion. That is a massive, ongoing strategy. The goal is simple: get people in the door. The food court becomes a magnet. Families come for a cheap meal and end up pushing full carts through the warehouse. The hot dog creates goodwill. It feels like a win for the customer, but the real value happens after. Once shoppers are inside, they stay longer. The food court increases dwell time. People sit, eat, relax, then decide to browse a little more. That extra time often leads to extra purchases. 10. Costco built its own hot dog plant. Costco did not leave its most famous product in someone else's hands. To protect the $1.50 combo, the company built its own hot dog production facility. That move is called vertical integration. Instead of relying fully on outside suppliers, Costco took control of manufacturing. By producing its own hot dogs, the company controls ingredient sourcing, quality standards, and cost structure. When meat prices fluctuate or suppliers raise rates, Costco is less exposed. That stability protects the fixed $1.50 price point that members expect. It also reduces supplier leverage. No outside company can threaten to raise costs and force a menu change. Costco owns the process. This level of control is unusual for a retailer, especially for a single food item. But the hot dog is not just food. It is brand identity. 9. Costco intentionally moves products around. If you swear that item was in a different spot last week, you are probably right. Costco intentionally reshuffles inventory throughout the warehouse. Products move, end caps rotate, entire sections shift. It is not disorganization, it is strategy. When shoppers cannot rely on memory alone, they slow down. They look around. That extra browsing time increases exposure to new items. The system prevents quick in and out trips. This encourages discovery purchases. Items you did not plan to buy suddenly feel interesting because they are placed in new pathways. Studies in retail behavior show that mild confusion increases spending. Not chaos, but enough unpredictability to disrupt routine. Costco uses that principle quietly. The layout feels like a treasure hunt, and treasure hunts keep carts moving longer than simple grocery runs. 8. There are no aisle signs on purpose. Look up in most grocery stores and you will see clear aisle signs guiding you straight to what you need. At Costco, those signs are missing. That is not an oversight. It is intentional. Without overhead directions, shoppers cannot take shortcuts. You cannot head directly to aisle 5 because there is no aisle 5 sign. Instead, you explore. This keeps traffic circulating across the entire floor instead of clustering in one section. It slows the pace just enough to increase exposure. The environment feels less like a traditional grocery store and more like a treasure hunt. You never know exactly what you will find in each aisle. That unpredictability creates curiosity. 7. Milk and eggs are always in the back. Milk and eggs are two of the most frequently purchased grocery items. Costco knows that. That is why they are almost always placed at the very back of the warehouse. If you need them, you have no choice but to walk the full length of the store. Along the way, you pass electronics, clothing, snacks, seasonal displays, and limited-time deals. This guarantees exposure to impulse items before you reach the essentials. It creates a full store circulation loop. You enter at the front, move through multiple departments, grab your staples in the back, and often take a slightly different path toward checkout. The placement is not random. It is a classic retail strategy refined at scale. High-demand basics are positioned deep so every customer travels farther. The longer the path, the more opportunities for unexpected purchases to land inside the cart. 6. Kirkland products are often made by major brands. Kirkland Signature may look like a simple store brand, but behind the label are often major manufacturers. Costco outsources production to established companies with proven facilities. The same factories that produce premium national brands sometimes produce Kirkland versions on the same equipment. Different label, same production line. National brands spend heavily on advertising, packaging design, and promotional campaigns. Kirkland avoids most of that expense. Those savings can be reflected in the final price. Consumers end up paying less for comparable quality because the budget is not allocated to branding hype. Costco leverages its buying power and strict margin caps to negotiate strong manufacturing agreements, turning private label into a trusted alternative rather than a generic backup option. 5. Kirkland Signature generates over $60 billion annually. Kirkland Signature is not a small side project. It generates over $60 billion in annual revenue. That number places it ahead of many well-known Fortune 500 brands. For a private label owned by a warehouse retailer, that scale is massive. Kirkland's dominance comes from trust built over years of consistent quality and competitive pricing. Members often reach for the Kirkland version first, assuming it will deliver strong value. That trust equity is powerful. It reduces hesitation and speeds up buying decisions. For Costco, Kirkland also acts as a margin booster. While overall markup caps remain low, private label products often provide slightly better profitability than national brands. Costco controls sourcing, pricing, and placement more directly. The brand strengthens negotiating power with suppliers and reinforces loyalty among members. 4. Manufacturers sign confidentiality agreements. When major brands produce items for Kirkland Signature, they do not advertise it. In many cases, they legally cannot. Suppliers sign strict confidentiality agreements that prevent them from publicly confirming the partnership. That silence protects brand perception. A premium label does not want customers realizing a lower-priced version comes from the same facility. At the same time, Costco benefits from that secrecy. It preserves pricing leverage.
Costco's CEO said they would rather have empty shelves than to sell a customer a product that is priced too high.
If shoppers knew every production detail, comparisons would become easier and negotiations might weaken. The agreements keep the focus on value rather than origin. Breaching those contracts can carry serious consequences, including termination of the business relationship. For manufacturers, the volume Costco offers is too large to risk losing. 3. Costco Concierge offers free tech support. Most shoppers have no idea this service even exists. Costco Concierge comes included with many electronics purchases, and it costs nothing extra. Buy a television, laptop, or major appliance, and you gain access to dedicated tech support. This assistance often extends beyond the standard manufacturer support period, giving members an added layer of protection. Instead of navigating endless automated menus, you connect with real humans who guide you through setup, troubleshooting, or warranty questions. The service can help with everything from Wi-Fi connection issues to feature adjustments. It is practical, direct, and surprisingly responsive. Yet Costco does not aggressively advertise it inside the warehouse. There are no loud banners promoting free tech help. It quietly exists in the background, available to members who discover it. For those who use it, the value feels significant, especially when dealing with expensive electronics that can be frustrating to configure alone. 2. Free samples boost sales by up to 2,000%. Those tiny paper cups are not random acts of kindness. Free samples inside Costco can boost product sales by as much as 2,000% on sampling days. That jump is immediate. You taste it. You like it. It goes into your cart. Most sampling stations are operated by third-party teams, not regular Costco employees. Their job is simple: create instant trial and spark quick decisions. Weekends are peak strategy hours. The energy shifts. Shoppers slow down. They gather. They try new products they would normally ignore. Behind the scenes, conversion rates are tracked carefully. Vendors monitor how many samples are handed out versus how many units sell afterward. It is live data collection wrapped in a friendly interaction. The snack feels free. The impact on revenue is anything but small. If free samples can spike sales 2,000% with a tiny paper cup, imagine what the entire building is doing to your brain. 1. The warehouse uses a racetrack layout. Costco's floor plan is not random. It follows what retail designers call a racetrack layout. That means the warehouse is built around one large looping traffic pattern. When you enter, the natural flow pushes you along the perimeter before you ever cut through the center. It forces a full walk around the outer edge of the store. Essential staples like milk, eggs, and pharmacy services are placed at the back. To reach them, you must travel the loop. This structure quietly doubles the average shopping time compared to a quick grocery run. Every extra minute increases product exposure. You may enter with a short list, but the layout ensures you encounter far more than what you plan to buy. Costco may look like a simple warehouse, but you know better. If you enjoyed uncovering these hidden retail tactics, make sure to like this video and drop a comment with the weirdest Costco fact that surprised you the most. Subscribe for more deep dives into the secrets hiding in plain sight, and watch the next video on your screen right now for even more behind-the-scenes insights like this.